There, Prosperity Olorunfemi, and in the span of 6 months, I've made 6 to 7 figures online. I've made six to seven figures online as a teenager, as a 17-year old. And in this video, I'll be sharing with you three simple, powerful secrets, acts of money that actually got me those results, and I'll be sharing that with you. So welcome. So don't just like this video, subscribe and also share with your friends, because I'm sure you're going to get value. So the first thing I want you to know is everything I'm going to share with you is not as though I got it all sorted out right from the start, or I got all the answers, I got all the experience. Like I knew everything I was doing from the start. No, it wasn't that way. It was all in the process. As I was going on, I started learning, and God just directed me. So God led me through. So I just simply documented all this and I decided to share it with people. So let's get into it. So the very first thing I want you to know is these special secrets are very simple things. Like they've always taught us these things right from our primary school days. Yeah. So they teach us all the time, but we never knew like they were really that relevant. And as much as they come, they are three steps and they must follow each other particularly. Is experiential, so I can assure you. So they are three steps and they must follow each other like they must be in order, one after the other. So let's get into how I made money my slave. So these three things are WH questions. So what are WH questions? So they're the popular questions: why, when, where, and all that. But we are doing three particular ones. And the very first one is why, the next one is how, and the third one is what. So don't get them confused. Each of them come before the other. So let's start from the very first one. The first one is why. So the question you want to ask yourself is, if you want money, you have to discover why do you want money. And when we are talking about why you want money, it's beyond materialism. Like it's beyond the houses, the car, the so if you ask anybody, most this is a question most people shy away from, most humans run away from. But is this very most important question that we are meant to answer first? Yeah. So if you ask people, many people won't give you a solid answer, but if you get this answer sorted right from the start, you'll be able to share your vision with people and they will understand you, and you easily make money. Because when you discover why is basically your purpose, like the reason behind it all, not the car for yourself, but the impact you are making to this world, like the purpose behind you doing everything, your mark that you leave behind, that is your why. And you have to discover your why, because when you discover your why, you will know exactly where you fit in. Like you won't be searching for a niche, because you discover every single thing involved in your life. This is simply a part of self-discovery. Why? It just takes you being intentional and meditating to find out what exactly is the reason behind why you are doing all you are doing, your why. So that's the first thing. The first thing is your why. And when you discover your why, you will know you would know exactly what part you are meant to be working. You will know you it will fit together. It will just form a whole beautiful picture. I remember when I discovered, I was so happy. Like just see how I was so joyous and I was jumping around. I was so happy and I was so excited. So without wasting much time, let's jump to the second one. The second one is how. The second one is how. So, and how is divided into two things. The first one is how much, and the second one is what value are you giving. So let's start with the first one, how much. So we have to know one thing about humans. All humans want more. We have an insatiable desire. So imagine somebody earning 100,000. When they earn 100,000, they want 200. When they will get earn 200, they earn 300. When they earn 300, they earn 400. When would always want more. Like it's just that special desire we all have in us, and it is not bad. But however, what is wrong is having an insatiable desire without a target. So Dan Locke will say, have your FU money. So discover how much in general, like how much you want in general right from the start. and have it well stated out. See, that goal might be beyond visible, like FEA, visible, but make it visible. Make sure you can see it, VISI, make it visible. So once you have your goal, just have it clearly visible. There's nothing you want that you can't achieve. So there's no reason why it's not visible, but the only major thing that is important is making sure you can see it. So make it visible. So how much do you want? So that one will stop you from moving without purpose. You have a goal, you have something you are working towards. You are not just walking aimlessly. That's the idea. So you have it visible, you can see it. So how much do you want? So you won't just be moving aimlessly, you know you are moving towards something. So then after you know how much exactly you want, the next thing you want to know is what do you want to do? So life is based on a very simple principle, like I always tell my students. Life is based on the principle of exchange, give and take. That's the balance, order and chaos. So give and take. So this is something we must all know, that when you want money, you have to give value. You have to know exactly what you are exchanging for money. So that is your how. So once you understand what you are giving, once you understand your value, and how to understand your value is back to the why. That's why is most important. Why is the very first thing. When you discover those things you are good at, those talents you have, you won't just do it aimlessly. Like you'll be doing it with passion because it's something you love doing, it's something you discovered about yourself. So you understand the value you are giving. See, it was once upon a time that I used to think like, okay, the day is coming when my uncle will give me money or when my auntie will give me money. But when I understood that when my uncle will give me money and I give him more money, my uncle would surely give me money. That was the day I collected money from my uncle. It's that simple. I simply promised him that, okay, if you give me 100K, I'll give you 150K. Then he gave me 100K. It was that simple because he had that promise of more money. But if I go and meet him, even now that I have money, so if I even go and meet him now and I tell him that, okay, I want 100K, he'll be like, so what do I stand to gain? That's it. You have to have value you are exchanging for money. And when you found out exactly why, you want to develop yourself to meet up with that purpose you found for yourself. So something in this world is never enough, and that simple thing is learning. You can never ever know enough. So it's something you can't have enough of. So keep developing yourself. The more you know, the more you earn. It's that simple. Don't let's even jump. The more you know, the more you share. And the more you share, the more you earn. I say value, value is like hot yam. When you put it in your mouth, your mouth can't take it. You do what you keep sharing it. Like you just have to find somewhere to pour it. Some people will pour it and collect money in exchange for it. They earn from it. And when you share value, you attract people to you and you earn from it. That's just the special thing about value. So let's move right to the third thing. The third thing is what? So the beautiful thing is you have this beautiful goal on your board. You've set out this perfect plan for yourself. You know the exact amount you want. But what are you going to be doing that will give you that money? That's this very simple thing. Like you've understood the value you'll be giving, but what strategy do you have in place that will take you from where you are to your $1 million goal? Let's say, for instance, my goal as a person is to earn $1 million. Immediately I earn $1 million, I'm done for it in this world. I'm just going to rest, which of course is not my goal. But let's just assume that's my goal. The strategy I will set is the whole plan, the path I will walk to end me up at earning $1 million is that simple. And once you set that path, you follow it through. So a goal without a strategy is very, very useless. Completely useless. It's no good at all. So that's the very third thing. What would you be doing? So if you have this whole thing, there's no mail warning will come. In my own case, my why is because I wanted to give back to youth. My how is I was selling AirPods and I knew the amount I wanted. Back then I wanted 100K. So but my goal was set. I wanted 100K and I started selling airport and I drew my strategy. I'm going to be selling online. I will be running ads. I'll be buying from China, and I drew it all out and I got to where I wanted. My recent goal has been set. My why is reformed and defined, and my what to my strategy is set. It's something I'm still working on. So it's something you should know. Your why, your how and your what. But finally, this is a very simple bonus I'll be giving you. This is very, very important. It's a very important point. I want you to know that time is equal to money. The more time you have, the more money you can make. The funny thing is, many of us, it's very simple. It's just like it sounds. We work for money. Many of us work for money, but it's supposed to be the other way around. You are supposed to have money work for you. When you are working for money, you won't even have enough time to think on how money will work for you. It's when you bring yourself out of that bondage, when you bring yourself out of that realm to now start thinking of how money will work for you. That's when more money will keep coming. So you need time, you need a lot of time. So one thing you have to learn how to do is two things: learn to delegate or learn to automate. When I started earning to a certain level, I left it all completely. I was no longer involved. And that very month was when I made my very first seven figures in 1 month. I completely left it. I was not involved. I didn't sell anything, but I automated and delegated. I handed it to different people. The delegation means you are handing taxes you are meant to carry, you are handing it over to people. Automation means you are handing tasks you are handing it to tools or to machines or to so in it's very, very simple. So when you automate, like, you don't have to be involved, and it's not hard. You just have to, it's something that has to be do, or is a mindset. Automation is a mindset. So if you want more time, for instance, now let's talk about the washing machine. So people will be like, what's the essence of a washing machine? But that's the funny thing. We will say, like, there's no need to buy a washing machine. But when you have a washing machine washing clothes for you, you have more time to do many other things you can do. You have more time to yourself. The more time you have, the more productive you are. That's the reason why you need more time. That's the reason why you need more time. So when you delegate, either you hand it over to somebody, even if you have to pay the person. But when you pay the person, you find out that you get better results. You don't have to do everything by yourself. Delegation and automation will make it all easy for you, and you get much more proficient results, much more amazing results. So yeah. So that's all. So a summary is three special acts to earning money very, very easily is why, how, what, then automation and delegation. That way you easily be able to move from where you are to where you want to be financially. So that's all I have to share with you. So like this video, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and share this video. So next week I'll be live again, and I hope to share some more amazing tips with you. So thank you.